of a possible 4 points under their belts so far on the homestand. The Stars play the Kings tonight, and here are tonight's key as starting goalies.
Kari Lehtinen is undefeated in regulation over his past 5 starts. He's allowed just 9 goals in those 5 games, so he's really steadied himself from some hiccups earlier in the month. Ben Scrivens, I thought he might get the start against the Stars in LA last week. They lit up young Martin Jones in that one. Scrivens leads the NHL with that .938 save percentage and is 3rd in goals against average.
Cody Eakin had a beautiful assist against the Kings to or a goal, pardon me, to put the game away. He's out there with Ryan Garbutt and Antoine Roussel. That's the tempo-setting line with which Lindy Ruff has opened each of the last 3 games here on home ice. Brendan Dillon, Alex Goligoski on the back end. Dustin Brown in for a hit. He leads the Kings with a boatload of them, but they're offside here. That is his 143rd of the season.
Well, 2013 was a year of change for Lindy Ruff. He said the timing of this sort of professional tumult, if you will, from Buffalo to Dallas was great. He needed a change, called it refreshing, and said it's a perfect fit here in Dallas, working alongside Jim Nill, the general manager.
And Lindy slips his top line out there. Right up against the Richards, Brown, and Williams trio. Williams has had a great couple of games against the Stars. Goligoski pressing, Seguin following up. Ben, Nichushkin, and Seguin. Goligoski from the line shot at Scrivens to both knees, sliding to his left.
Daryl Sutter on the other bench. Certainly not thrilled with what's gone on with his Kings lately, but no panic in him at all. His synopsis of the 5-2 loss to the Stars in Los Angeles 8 days ago said every scoring chance the Stars got, they scored on us, so that's a tough challenge. Not blaming his goaltending, just a realist.
Yes, yes.
They need to find some offense, too. It's not that they've been giving up a ton of goals. They got shut out last night.
1-0. They've lost 3 in a row. They've scored a total of 4 goals in those 3 games.
It's not that they score that much when they're going well, but they score 3 per game.
3's plenty. They're the best defensive team in the league. Garbutt slipped it across the line. Carter let it go. Here comes Kopitar. He leads the Kings in scoring. But they turn it over, and Eakin driving right back in against Reguera. Backhander. Scrivens kicked out the right pad. There's a Jordy Ben and Aaron Rome defending, and Ben's pass over to Cole, who shot it. It was blocked. He retrieves it again. Jordy Ben was coming down the back door. And now he jams with Carter. Fires it across, and Dallas changing the back end and finishing up the changes up front. Bring Rich Beverly, Eric Cole, and Alex Chiasson out for the Stars. Kevin Connaughton sidesteps the hit and gives it to Cameron Gauntz, the youngest and least experienced of Dallas's defending pairs. Chiasson back there with Matt Fratton, who gets into the lineup tonight. The Kings played last night in Chicago. Fratton, Jared Stoll, and Nolan. Nolan waits for it, shot it, Lehtinen saw it all the way.
Right after that save, I think you're going to see a steady diet of what Nolan started for the Kings on this shift, and that is pucks in deep, first man pressure, lots of body checking, see if they can soften up this Stars defense. And the MO for the group on defense is to play simple, don't try to do too much, but don't do too little either. Still wants them to make plays back there.
Hot face-off win by Fiddler, right back to Kari Lehtinen. He was ready for it. Slava Voyanov, Willie Mitchell. Daryl Sutter's defending pair. The Stars send this all the way down. They wave the icing. Dallas has Vern Fiddler, Sean Horcoff, and Dustin Jeffrey in the lineup. Ray Whitney is out fighting a bug. And so Jeffrey, who's been scratched each of the last 8 games, gets a chance. Puck catapults ahead to Toffoli into the Dallas zone, easing it toward Clipper, who was breaking in. Lewis is the center iceman on the line. He has the puck now. Fiddler shadowing him along the boards. He'll drop the shoulder and leave it for Voyanov. Went off his stick. Goligoski to Brendan Dillon. Both teams changing. Little open ice now for Goligoski. Slid it ahead to Nichushkin, moving in, and the shot off Voyanov's stick.
If there ever was a night for this promo, it's tonight. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. You don't have to wait till later in the game to enjoy your Miller Lights, though. Go ahead.
It's New Year's Eve.
Indeed. That's outside.
Oh, boy.
Good luck getting out of here tonight.
Well, and they're going to start to arrive about the same time the game spills out, so there's always that clog up.
It's quite a confluence.
Jordy Benn shot it at the net, and a bad stop by Scrivens.
Stars have been able to use their points to get pucks to the net here multiple times in the first 3 minutes.
Aaron Rome outlegging Dustin Brown.
Of course, as long as the goaltender can see those, they're not even scoring chances.
Here's Rome, who actually had a scoring chance in the game the other night. Rome finished the game against St. Louis with an assist, a couple of shots. Here comes Mike Richards. Speaking of guys who'd like to find their touch, gave it to Brown, missed the net. To the line, Carter is backing up there. He heaved it right to Goligoski. Garbutt breaking at the LA line. Scrivens back in the net, leaves it for Matt Green, and Garbutt overtakes him along the boards. Goligoski played it toward Garbutt. Roussel snapped it wide, and a penalty coming up against the Kings. Green was all tied up with Garbutt. So Lettman will go to the Dallas bench as Green comes up to stop play and send himself to the box.
Well, since that win against the Avalanche here, there have been 8 goals scored in the first 5 minutes of the game.
LA Pelly number 2.
Not just the home games, but all games that the Stars have played since then. There's a little hold from behind, keep the feet moving, and away you go. So Big Green is a good penalty killer, goes off. That's 8 goals, though, and 5 for the Stars, 3 for the opposition. That's a lot of offense early on. If they can get one in the first minute of this, they'll continue my little story. That would be something, though, considering the struggles the Stars have had in this scenario on this surface.
Well, they were 1 for 5 in the loss the other night to St. Louis. Sagan across the ice, shot from Goligoski, and Scrivens eats it up.
Boy, Stoll was so eager on that faceoff. I think he took himself out of it. It was an interesting setup between Benn and Stoll on the draw, because Stoll's eager, was moving. Benn just waited and then ripped it away. They get that chance. 2 guys immediately to the net in Chiasson and Benn, but no rebound off of Scrivens, who's looked sharp here.
LA penalty killing is 6th in the NHL. Goligoski from the high slot, giving it to Benn and getting the return. Chiasson's in front of the net. Cole off to the side. Benn shot it wide of a screen. Scrivens. Alex Goligoski tapping it to Sagan, who tried to return it. Now it's in front to Chiasson, and a stop by Scrivens.
Holds the fort. Stars against a very good faceoff team have just dominated that stat here in the early going. They win 2 in a row on this power play, 1 on each dot, get the sloppy one through to the net. That's one thing the Stars have not been able to generate, though, here at home, are uglies. They just can't get anything to go off a shin pad. I think 1 goal's been like that, the first one they scored.
That one was a candidate. Here comes Sagan, down to Chiasson. Sagan goes to the corner. Goligoski firing it across the bend. Threw it off the bodies in front, and the Kings get there, and Mitchell plowed it into his own bench.
Billy Mitchell's a key guy on their penalty kill. He's trying to overcome multiple concussions, a doozy last year. But when he's healthy and they're able to use him all the time, he can eat up an entire 2 minutes of a penalty kill. Long stick, thick blade, anticipates well, block shots, chunk things out of play. Good to see him back playing again, because there were some questions. I bet you he had some, whether he'd be able to get back in.
Regier sending this down the ice. Second unit on for the Stars. Jordy Benn, Rich Beverly, Sean Horkoff, Cody Eakin, and Val Nichushkin. Too far for Eakin. Doughty spins and gets it out. Stars power play has actually been pretty good lately. 5 power play goals in their last 8 games overall, including one against the Kings. It was the Nichushkins that won the game in LA.
I think Big Val should be more of an option with that one-timer that he has over on the side. I watched him yesterday in practice, and He can wire pucks, and he gets it on net every single time and gets it away in a hurry. That's exactly what you want from that position.
Williams trying to catch up with the puck in the Dallas zone. Lettman makes the play. And Jordy Ben kicks it from skate to stick with 25 left on the green minor. There's her 2 points out of the 8th playoff spot in the Western Conference. They're going to the new year in the top 8. That'll be something. We're actually 4th in the Central Division. First time since the 3rd game of the season that they've risen above 5th.
Well, they have to get some help from elsewhere, too, tonight, because a couple of the teams that are right there with them are playing New Year's Eve as well. Phoenix is hosting Edmonton, I believe.
He is over.
And the puck's in the Kings bench.
Yeah. It disappeared. So no goal on the power play. The score, there is no score early in Dallas on New Year's Eve.
Val Nichushkin had a red rotten outing against St. Louis. Haven't seen him play like that since back early in the season. Of course, we were talking about that one-timer on the power play in Los Angeles. No big windup, but he smoked that thing immediately from really shallow in the offensive zone. Perfect setup. You know, a lot of guys get down there and they either wire it high and miss the net, or big windup and allows the goaltender and somebody else to get over there and into a shooting lane. You get it away quick and have some power on it, I think you're a great option. He just had no puck security whatsoever in that game against St. Louis. That line is the talk of the LA Kings heading into this one, though, because of what they did in LA 8 days ago.
Ate him up. The Fiddler took a good pass from Gauntz. Needles it in, and Scrivens will shut it down as Roussel is barging in on top of him.
I would think Ben Scrivens will want to do that as much as possible with the fact that they played last night in Chicago and kind of have a methodical opening period on the road. His last win, by the way, was December 2nd against St. Louis. He hasn't played that much this month because Martin Jones was backing him up. Couldn't lose until he faced the Stars. He was 8-0. And, of course, Jonathan Quick, their all-star, all-world #1 netminder, still repairing himself from a groin injury.
Quick is on the trip. For this 4-game road trip, they suspect that maybe he'll see action in L.A. as Cole surprises Scrivens from long range.
Stay with the goalie-rich aspect of these L.A. Kings nowadays. Remember, you and I would go in there, and, I mean, they had a litany of netminders. Fuka Fuji or whatever they had. I mean, they had guys who were like, who? In net. So between Rogie Vachon and Jonathan Quick, there was this black 5-hole in the Kings net. And then Quick, Bernier, Scrivens, Jones. A lot of credit to Bill Ranford and Kim Dillabaugh, 2 goaltending coaches, for putting together basically a staff in the pipes now in L.A.
Yeah, no more Yutaka Fukafuji. Which is still as fun a name as there was to say. Big Nolan gave Jamie Benn a shoulder at center ice.
That's a couple big hits for Nolan here in the early going.
Bends up. Nolan this time, sort of a glancing blow. Voyanov moves it swiftly. Goligoski's shot. Pinball's out to Stoll. Nudged it over the Dallas line, and Alex Goligoski. Cloud back there by Matt Bratton. Hit again. Kevin Connaughton with a short feed off Sagan to Ben, now to Goligoski. Here come the Stars. Nichushkin in there. Kopitar makes the turn. By head to center ice for King. Carter goes to the front of the net. Lettinen had the clamps on it, and Goligoski swept it away. Doughty firing. That hit King. Who recovers, and then in front to Carter, and Lettinen takes it away.
A gargantuan glove grab. One of the most lethal little deflections in front. King, who's been a wizard for them, a big one, I might add. Kopitar from the weak side, or Carter, pardon me, from the weak side comes in. Kopitar looking for a rebound. Lettinen steers that one right into his left hand. That is larceny.
3-time 30-goal man denied there, and he's been hot lately. Another one in on Lettinen. Williams looking for it, so was Kari. Tie up along the boards. Dustin Brown passing over to Muzzin. In front to Brown. He tipped it wide.
Looking away from the puck, challenging Dallas's game away from where the puck is.
Brown spun to get it out to center ice. Jordy Ben is plus 11 in his last 12 games. Managed to get it forward to Vern Fiddler. Tucked it down the boards. Horkoff jockeying with Brown back of the net. Jeffrey sent it through, but nobody was there. And here comes Mike Richards. Pass ahead to Brown. Shot it. Gauntz blocks. All these injuries on the Dallas back end. You're hearing some names with which you may not be that familiar. Gauntz and Connaughton. Now Cole. Ran into 3 Kings.
Had nowhere to go.
Tyler Toffoli. It's cooled a bit lately. Shoots it around. Clifford tipped it toward Lewis. He overskates. And Cole brought it out to center ice. Clifford tracked him down. Right back in come the Kings. Clifford toward the net. Connaughton shoved him wide. Over the line for Mitchell to drive wide. Voynov. Into the corner to Clifford.
Boy, the Kings have found their level here the last couple of shifts. Started with some hounding D in their own zone on this shift.
Big, bargy team. They like to hit. They like to get it beat deep and grind away on you. Dallas able to fling this out, and they'll change it up. That's our 6-3 Stars, half a period into the game. Chushkin looking for the puck at center ice. Bratton fell down. Goligoski tapping it over to Dillon. Looking for an option. Rink wide for Tyler Seguin.
That's always a tough pass, though, when you have a defenseman who's either standing still or backing up and makes an 85-foot pass across the ice.
Doughty had Nichushkin hounding him from behind, put it into the corner for Bratton. He and Goligoski collide. Shot from Stoll is tipped by Jamie Benn over the top of the net and off the screen.
Hit the camera.
It's the whistle. Might have a good shot of that one.
Yeah.
Former Pacific Division rivals trading paint early in the game. And Kari Lehtinen keeps us scoreless half a period in. The amazing physical feats of Cirque du Soleil Verikai, February 19th to 23rd in a luxury suite. Relax in style. One of Dr. Pepper Arena's private suites. Call 214-GO-STARS, extension 3 today. Face off to Kari Lehtinen's left. Carter works it on to Kopitar. Takes it back to the net. King posting in front of the net. Regier deep on the play. Goligoski takes the man. Dillon the puck. Roussel allows it to escape, and Garbett beating Kopitar to it. Garbett shot it from the angle and a safe Scribbins.
That's Andrei Kopitar, the sort of king of the kings of little things on their side. Starts right from the face-off. On the inside of the face-off, he beats Roussel to the puck. So a winger, that being a center iceman playing wing, to win a puck. And then he's in good position to back things up when they pinch at the blue line, so it's not a freebie. Sharp angle as he's back.
Garbage shot glancing off Roussel's skate on its way to Scribbins. Goligoski lost it to Carter. Shot it, saved Lehtinen. And a penalty coming up against Dallas.
You know, right from a nothing play, right? You think they're just wasting one from the side. It goes off a pad, out into the slot, forced to clear, into the stands. You shoot it over the glass, out of play from your own zone. It's a minor penalty. You can see the puck rolling a little bit. So Garbett, who took a penalty and got himself planted on the bench early in the game against St. Louis. This one, not really his fault, just a little too much air underneath. And the Stars, other side of their special teams, has to bow up here.
Like what Lindy Ruff said after the game, he and I have a deal. Wayne Garbett and I have a deal. And when he doesn't adhere to it, that's what happens. Here's Muzzin as the Kings go to the power play for the first time in the game. Voynov shot found its way through. Clippers are waiting along the board, so is Carter. Back out to Slava Voynov, handing it to Kopitar. Shot tipped high. Horkoff digging to get there. Voynov keeping it in. Doughty into the corner. Rome. Found Jordy Ben. Horkoff unable to locate the puck in his jersey. Voynov with a look. He shoots. Save Lehtinen, and Richards takes a whack at him. Rome doesn't like it.
You got to do what you got to do. You know, Richards hasn't been scoring. He takes an extra whap. He's gone 8 games without a point. The simple shot, that's the original one that went off him in front of the net. The last one, he's in front, trying to forge for a rebound. Isn't there. Rome's got to come in and do what he does. Couldn't get the block in, and by not getting the block, he allowed Richards to have free reign in front of Kari Lehtinen, who had that one stick to him.
New set for Daryl Sutter. The Kings 21st in the NHL at 15.8 on the power play and just 1 goal in their last 7 games, but they haven't been on it much. Off the scrum, Lehtinen finds Roussel against Muzzin with Peverley trailing. Roussel eats it up but then gives it to Toffoli. He was trying to send it back to Dillon to rag some time, and Toffoli misses Stoll at the line, who inserts it into the corner. Dillon hit Williams, loose in front, Brown, and a save Lehtinen. And a penalty coming up here for slashing as Alex Goligoski's stick was whacked out of his hand.
Oh, there is some insolence at ice level now. Roussel, I know what he was thinking, but you better know what's in front of you when you take it deep like this and try to throw it back to your own guys. He doesn't get anything on it. Turns it over. They get chasing on a penalty kill back to their own net. Get bailed out by Kari Lehtinen and went poke check and got it with the pad on Brown right in front. Boy, the top end guys for the Kings are getting their scoring opportunities. They haven't been able to squeeze anything past the big fin. Little shove on Williams. Here comes the hack. Goligoski went for it just out of screen. Everybody helped him call that one. Williams hacked the stick out of Goligoski's hand. He gets sequestered.
Good place for him. He's got 3 goals and 5 points against the Stars in 2 games this year. 4-on-4 hockey for 45 seconds. Kopitar found his way around Brendan Dillon. Connauton sticked him to the ice, and that'll be a penalty against Connauton.
The game ended here in overtime with a similar type penalty. I don't think they should have called anything in overtime.
Number 23, it's a minor for tripping.
In the St. Louis game, he was just pushing on him. It looks like he's got his stick in his feet. They tell these young defensemen that be stick on puck. They try to do that and it ends up in feet. Player goes down. So we're in that same scenario, aren't we? 4-on-3.
Yes, we are. Where Kevin Shattenkirk stepped into the spotlight the other night. Fiddler, Rome, Goligoski out there to help Kari Lehtinen. Some overlap here. Kopitar wins it cleanly back. Doughty handing it to Kopitar. Carter's in front of the net. That's Richards. Doughty, top of the circle. Wanted to pass across, defers to Richards. Shot it, tip, they score! Carter in front, and the Kings take a 1-0 lead.
So they release one from the box. Garbett makes the long skate across. Carter was the guy who was stoned earlier by the glove hand of Kari Lehtinen. This is simplistic. You know, they get a lot of guys. It's 2 guys that know each other very well. Played junior together, played in Philadelphia together. Now play here with the Kings. Little wrist shot. Carter in front, he's got a wicked shot himself. This one, the more homogenized variety, as he just has it go off him and in. And the Kings open the scoring. On the power play, one of their big dogs getting it done. He was invisible in that game in Los Angeles, by the way. They had a few guys that seemed to head to the Christmas break early. Checking on this one in Toronto in the Situation Room. It's all good. Kings are up 1-0 thanks to their power play, and the Stars are struggling right now to kill anything on home ice.
Yeah, that's essentially 3 straight power play goals allowed here by Dallas. Goligoski, 4-on-4. Flipped it to Ben. Goligoski, shot from Dillon and a pad save Scrivens. A while for Dillon, goal scoring department. Lewis meandering his way in.
I think his concentration has been more on defending.
Mitchell firing. Dillon defending there with the block.
That broke his skate. That shot broke Dillon's skate.
It was on one blade. We need a whistle here. Mitchell shooting wide of the net. Dillon trying to get himself to the bench, and
they're going to blow it for that.
As he hopped his way to the bench.
It's an interesting call. I'll be honest with you. There's a concern for the player. They can blow it down when that happens. Boy, I don't think I've ever seen a skate blow up like that. You can see the blade on the ice. So he's got nothing to catch an edge. Boy, talk about a helpless feeling, huh? That is just floundering. Can't push off. You're on one leg. Yikes.
Now, he was in a dangerous spot there. So he goes to get repairs. Aaron Rome takes over. Pass to Rich Peverley. They're offside.
Peverley's one of 6 guys for the Stars who played in the last New Year's Eve game here. 4 Dallas Stars. 2 Boston Bruins, who are now Dallas Stars. So Kari Lehtinen, Jamie Benn, Goligoski, Fiddler, and then Seguin and him.
Rome shoots it in. That was Beatbox. Now Cole off the turnover, goes to the front of the net. Peverley, Cole trying to kick it over to Peverley. Carter will haul it out. Now Williams is on in 10 seconds. The Kings will enjoy a very brief power play. Rome to center ice. And Rome helped get that over. Williams on 5-on-4 for 5 seconds. Taking it to the Dallas line. Moved it over to Brown. Williams curling out of the corner. Connaughton is on, but Williams shot it, saved Lehtinen. Went right to Muzzin, who taps it in behind the net. Richards trying to gain separation from Gauntz, put it out to Green. Passing over to Muzzin. Shot. Lehtinen kicked it right to Williams, and he denies him with the pad.
But Kari Lehtinen is by far the Stars' best player here. The first period.
Keeping them within a shot. Brown and Benn came together. Bratton's offside at the Dallas line. 5:22 to play in the first period. A Los Angeles power play goal as the Kings up 1-0. Jeff Carter continues his hot hand. That's 6 goals in his last 10 games.
Well, Ben Scrivens held tight in the pipes for Daryl Sutter's team here in the early going of the first, but they've turned the tables on the Stars and lead. They don't give up much early. They've allowed 19 first period goals. This is their 41st game of the season. So you can't expect you're going to get much early. It's how much you give up. The Stars have given up 1 on the power play.
Shots are 11-10 Kings. Icing against Dallas.
You know, this is somewhat reminiscent of what happened here the other night against another big, muscly, detail-oriented, defensively conscious Western Conference team when St. Louis was here on Sunday. They got a power play goal early to set them up. Kings look like they'd like to get more, though, here. The Stars haven't really counterpunched for, well, really since the penalty trouble. And just prior to that, when they got into it.
Restored the clock to 5 minutes, 15 seconds. So everything's back to normal. St. Louis then followed up. They got their 2-goal lead. Dallas was able to tie the game, and then the Blues won it in overtime. Jason Cole back in the net. Connaughton came writhing through. Launched back into Dallas ice, and Nolan chases Gauntz. Moved it neatly to Connaughton. Pass up to Peverley. Tough. Nolan right back in. Gauntz turning to catch him and force him back. And he spun it wide of the net. Voinov. Second to Doughty among Kings defensemen in scoring. And a penalty coming up here.
I don't think Scrivens understood who was going to get the penalty. I think he thought it was going to be Dallas and was heading to the bench. Instead, it's going to be the Stars that go on the power play. tail end of a shift for Nolan. Takes the minor, so here's their opportunity to answer with the power play at home. I know the coaching staff's sick of hearing about it, but the only way they're going to stop getting asked about it is if they can start scoring with some kind of regularity here at home. This would be one of those key junctures where they could really use one.
3 for 64 this season on home ice. Van lost the puck. Cole helps get it back. Goligoski fighting with Kopitar for the puck. And Cole kept it in. Chase onto the boards. Kopitar knocked. Dallas keeping it alive. Seguin to Chason, getting it back. Seguin out of the corner. Ben out at the left point. Holds it. Seguin, a shot. Saves Scrivens. Rebound. Cole scores. Count, it does count, and it's 1-1.
Well, they win a couple of battles on pucks first, and then some great patience. Hurry up while you wait by Jamie Benn up top. Could have shot it there, just waits for Kopitar to spin away to set up the big, heavy shot of Seguin's. As soon as they drew Kopitar up top and got him spinning, it opened up that lane. Doughty wasn't in the lane. There's a rebound produced from that wicked weapons-grade slapper that Seguin has, and Cole continues to pick up points and score goals during this upsurge on home ice. Gets this game level.
Cole's 9th of the season. Seguin will get an assist, maybe Ben too, unless Chason tipped that puck prior to Cole ramming it home. But it's 1-1. Rome shoots it in. Roussel with a shove on Muzzin. Then he goes banging into Williams. Another stick is on the ice. This time it's Cody Eakins. Richards ahead to Williams. Full spinorama at center. Muzzin down the wing. Jordy Ben took it off his stick and clears to center ice. Starts changing. Kings finishing theirs. Voynov with a pass that's off Stoll right to Lettinen, and a penalty here. Anton Roussel is at the other end of the ice. I can only assume this is against him.
Well, he was back 2 zones away. Brown was in the general vicinity for the LA Kings.
Kelly, 21, 2 minutes for roughing.
Well, they only got 1 of the 2 and whatever went on. Usually knew 2 guys for roughing. Brown and Roussel have a little bit of history from what went on last year. A little over-exuberant with the hit, and they wouldn't give it up.
Third power play of the first period for the Kings. They're 1 for 2 in a 1-1 game with 3 minutes left in the first. Kopitar shot, save, rebound. Richards couldn't get to it.
Boy, Richards was all alone in front of the net. I mean, all alone.
LA keeping it in. Kopitar hits the post.
That shot we documented in the open.
Doughty to Voynov, a drive. Missed the net. Kopitar holding up. Spots Voynov for a shot. Also off the mark. I was running around here chasing the LA power play. Kopitar to Doughty. Carter shooting it. Wanted the deflection in front. Richards takes the pass. Carter slides in front. He goes to Doughty. Nowhere to shoot. Voynov to Doughty. A drive. And that's blocked. Goligoski with Carter hanging on him, bouncing it to the line. Kings keep it in. Kopitar. And he was looking for Carter heading to the front of the net.
You know, the shots are dead even at a dozen aside, but it certainly doesn't feel that way. Kings have had some swarming opportunities and some great chances. There's that slick, hard wrister of Kopitar's off the pipe about 6 inches down on the glove hand side. Lots of room to measure and whip it. Lettinen just couldn't keep up to that one. They had a couple of backdoor play, almost deflections.
Williams off the face-off win, and Lettinen finds it with the stick. Here's Jared Stoll giving it to Muzzin. Spun away from Horkoff to feed Stoll. Muzzin across the ice. Toffoli's shot and a save there from Lettinen. Muzzin backing it up at the line. Garbutt attacks him, but the Kings keep it in. Williams passing to Stoll. Threw it in front. Jordy Ben clears.
Stoll wanted to do something earlier. Double clutched it. Brown was off the far side. Beautifully broken up by Ben. What a move by Muzzin at the point, though, to keep that going.
Muzzin hits Williams to Toffoli into the Dallas zone. And Alex Chiasson using the boards to find Cody Eakin. Swept it across to Dillon. Chiasson's in front. Stoll blocks it.
Chiasson's skating better here tonight than he was on Sunday.
Centering feed, and Scrivens on the pass from Eakin is able to claw his way through to get the puck as the penalty ends.
Well, one thing that I think's been missing from Alex Chiasson's game, he only has one goal in December, and of course he had the bout with the flu, is movement. Just wasn't moving his feet as much. He gets stuck, planted on the boards in his own zone or in front of the net at the other end. This time he got the wheels moving. Off the rush once, had Goligoski jump up there. It's a good sign. And a good kill. Boy, the Kings have a ton of movement, though, and nice synergy with their power play. They know what they're looking for, but it's not static. They're moving and then finding it.
Let's try this again as a false drop. Lewis and Jamie Benn.
This linesman saying like it fell out of my hand.
Yeah, it looked a little funky. And wins it. Sagan scampers after the puck, tossing it back to Gaunce. Shooting it deep. Scrivens hammered it up the wall. Clifford in check. Gaunce kicked it to keep it alive, and then the Kings finally do prevail. Ben to Connaughton with 45 left in the period. Mitchell turning it over to Green. Giving it to Lewis. Popped it across the Dallas line. Gaunce banking it ahead. Ben overtaken by Lewis, and Gaunce steps up. Connaughton and Clifford going hard to the end boards. Gaunce collects it, but LA keeping it in. Mitchell played it into the corner. Nichushkin escapes for Dallas. And he ran right into Mitchell. A loose puck, and the Kings are able to clear it. Lewis does. Rome from center ice will try it. Scrivens standing up tall made the stop.
Took it in the logo. That is going to do it. They'll let it expire. Well, the Stars, they got a heroic effort out of Kari Lettinen when they really needed him. And their power play came through for them when they really needed it. They need some work on their 4-on-3 penalty kill. That's obvious after these last two periods.
So another New Year's Eve game for the Dallas Stars. They host former Pacific Division rival Los Angeles. Each club finds the net on the power play. And it's 1-1 after 20 minutes. Dallas Stars hockey on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Enjoy year-end savings during the Dream Big Sales event. Ford is the best in Texas. By Q Clothier and Rich Hippie, official wardrobe providers of the Dallas Stars. By the all-new Mazda 6. When you change everything, you change everything. Before you head out to celebrate the season, remember to plan a sober ride home. Visit SoberRides.org. Isn't that the truth? Tonight, be so careful out there, folks. If you drink and you've had too much, do not drive. Tonight, Kari Lettinen could pass any kind of field sobriety test razor you wanted to give him. He's been really sharp.
The focus of our AT&T U-verse Rewind. The Kings have gravitated to his net like iron shavings to a magnet. You go through their chances in the first period. It's been a King right in his face over and over and over again. Moths to a light. Revelers to Times Square. No doubt that was a big part of their game plan coming in, making sure that they disrupt his vision a little bit, forage for rebounds, make his night busy and difficult.
As a team, the Stars won 60% of the first period faceoffs.
Richards was their best guy. He was using his feet to rip this away from Eakin.
So they win one there. Dallas's Jamie Benn won 7 of 8. Stars again go with that Eakin group. Roussel and Garbutt on the wings. Connaughton to Roussel at the line. Slides away from Voynov, who's able to jam it out to center ice. Nobody in the penalty box to start the second period. 5 combined power plays in the first. That's where the scoring came from. It's 1-1, and here's a penalty against LA, I believe.
Yeah, it should be. You knock it out of play. It doesn't matter whether it's batted out, it doesn't have to be shot out, and it doesn't have to go over the glass into the stands. If it goes up into that netting, that's out of play too. So Willie Mitchell steps into the middle, 33, and goes boom. Oh, too good a hand-eye coordination. So a good penalty killer, again, sits in the box. It was Green back in the first period. Stars now have more power play goals on home ice than their penalty kill has scored on home ice. That's for the first time this season. See if they can back it up with another.
Jamie Benn, Eric Cole, the first period power play goal scorer. Alex Chiasson, Tyler Seguin, and Alex Goligoski out there for the Stars. Kings get to the puck. Doughty up ahead. King trying to poke it out. The Stars have it. Benn to Seguin and back again. King's over there, though. King is protesting. And ultimately, he wins the battle.
Well, that was a lot of effort, though, to get the puck. Same thing happened when the Stars scored on their late first period power play. Kings could never gather it in. Stars were tenacious.
Scrivens weakly around. That gave Seguin a look. Now Benn will settle it. Passing to Tyler Seguin. Down low to Cole, and he misses. A little help from Regehr there to help keep it out of the LA net. Benn keeping it in. Chiasson lifting Doughty's stick. Out to Seguin, a shot deflected. Chiasson couldn't pull it to the stick, and now he taps it in front. Cole unable to finish. Oh, a couple of just abouts down there. Robin Regehr clears.
That's been one thing that's infiltrated them, too. It's not that they haven't had opportunities. The execution part has been their biggest nemesis at times on the power play.
Cody Eakin traversing outside of the line. Didn't like what he saw. Hands it off to Jordy Benn. Green squeezes him off. And Lewis to the line, not out. Peverley passing to Nichushkin. Wanted to return it to Peverley, but Stoll clears it. Eakin stopped on a dime and starts the Dallas attack. Dropped it down the boards. Green shot it out off Stoll. Kings get Mitchell back in 12 seconds. Dallas without a shot on this power play, which seems surprising. Eakin and Nichushkin at the line. Now lost it. Richards clears. And Mitchell is on. Richards will take it across. Got away from Roussel. Centered it to Williams. Rome had the coverage. Doughty holding it at the line. Slapping it deep to Williams. Brown went to the front of the net. Now drips behind it. Doughty has a lane. He shoots it. Stopped in front. Aaron Rome using the boards, and Roussel getting past Regehr. Doughty swung it off the glass. Williams again with 3 Stars back. Brown scooting after the puck off Lettinen as Kopitar was driving the net. Muzzin pulls it down. Now shoots it. Pad stop Lettinen. And Jamie Benn trying to go, and the pass was hampered by Carter. It turns out to be icing against Dallas.
Stars came close to having that man scored a pair again. It would have been a pair on the power play. Back door, Seguin found that lane. Just got knifed, I think. Just ticked away maybe. This will tell us slow motion. No, just jammed him. Miscued on a hot pass from Seguin. Couldn't convert. Hasn't missed many in the month of December. Seguin leads, but the dispersal among various lines is what's been key. And Eric Cole's surge in the goal-scoring department here on home ice especially. That's now, what, 4 goals in the last 4 home games.
Benn jumps the circle, and out he comes to the Los Angeles line against Voynov, who fought back with the stick.
Threw visual daggers at the referee. Yeah. Almost got picked by him.
And Voynov with another chance. Slid it past Seguin. King to Kopitar. Straight ahead into the Dallas zone. Pushing it to Willie Mitchell. Who, as you might suspect, doesn't have a goal this season. Carter with a quick shot. There's Mitchell again. Well, he did have 5 in his last full campaign. Mitchell did. Kopitar. Wolodowski draped on him, and Garbutt helping out. Feeding it around behind his net for Dillon. He has a new skate blade, or at least the old one replaced. Kings are outside.
Yeah, good work by Dennis Sotar and Sudsy down there to be able to get a wheel back together. They had the intermission to get it back, no doubt. Dillon had to leave the game in L.A. a week ago, too, and he got nailed in the corner by King and messed up his knee for a second and got back in again. Well, he's been playing some big minutes. He's added basically 5 minutes to his load since the Stars lost a couple of key defensemen. And he has stepped forward.
Undrafted free agent defenseman for the Stars, 23 years old, coming into his own. Kings are in on the attack. Nolan shoved it to the corner, looks for the return back of the net. Matt Fratton finds Muzzin, who stick breaks on the shot, and it dribbles over to Peverley.
That puck got all the way through to Kari Lettinen, an off-speed one. If he hadn't just hung on to his spot, it might have scribbled its way through him. What a weird shot that was.
Muzzin tossing it around for Green. Connaughton holding it in, shooting it, and in the crook of Scriven's arm is
And in
the
a
puck.
panic pirouette.
Oh, I hit it all the way.
Wanted to stop the play. He wants to have a peek at it again. I think I have it. This is Peter Panic on the tail end. Shut. I got it. Oh! Cole came in and boogeymaned him. He's been a rock. Of course, he came in a deal from the Toronto Maple Leafs for Jonathan Bernier, who will start for the Leafs in the Winter Classic tomorrow.
Where they're expecting snow and 105,000 people, and there's Scrivens again.
Other one sticks to him with Dustin Jeffrey right in front. You mentioned getting back in after missing the last 8 games. He was just getting used to the system, he said. His line mates, his teammates. It's being picked up off waivers from the Pittsburgh Penguins, and then he got rocked into the boards when we were in Nashville by Weber. Knocked out of the lineup. That gave Sevier an opportunity to jump in. He came in and scored. It's the Stars this year. It's just like a nice lawn in that victory green. They mow it. Other stuff grows up. It's beautiful.
Yes. Reguer stretched out to try and gain this puck, but it's an icing call against Dallas.
Stars had some good news in that a couple of those defensemen who are out are back skating. Sergei Gonchar is missing his 4th game here tonight with a concussion. Wearing the red jersey, that means no contact with him. And Trevor Daley, now 3.5 weeks since he injured his ankle. Usually about a 4 to 6 week injury, so he's a while away.
Stefan Robida lost the cast hocking boot almost immediately, but it's going to be a while. Kings have the puck in the Dallas zone. Brown shot it over the top of the net. Richards passing to Williams. He's chased to the line, and the Stars force it out. Fiddler trying to creep past Reguer. No penalty. Doughty up, not out. Rome holding the zone with Dustin Jeffrey. Into the corner for Fiddler. Horkoff has it back of the net, sort of. They continue to work away after the puck, and Williams gets it to Richards, who shoots it in, and both teams change. Jordy Ben takes the whack from Dustin Brown. Aaron Rome guilty of another icing infraction for the Stars.
You know, here's a play off that face-off for the Kings that the Stars worked on a little bit yesterday. Dustin Brown in the spot shadow, and as a forward, he comes up top in between the 2 defensemen. And it's a difficult thing to defend because forwards are worried about, you know, a guy over here and a guy wide. He's allowed to walk down through the middle as sort of a 3rd guy up top, uncontested, rips that one toward the net.
Dallas getting to this face-off in the Star zone this time, and Chiasson hoists it out.
I think it was the Red Wings that popularized that first. You know, the game here on Sunday, TJ Oshie almost scored twice with a similar type play. Tough to defend.
Now it's Dwight King to the side of the net. Dillon gives it to Jamie Benn. Didn't have many options. Down the boards, Voinov. Spins off Seguin. Lost Ben. And passes out to center ice. Dillon steps up on King. Ben got it over. Kopitar has it. Looking to the Dallas line. Line mates were in ahead of him. LA clears. Goligoski some room. Center ice. He hits Chiasson on the shoot-in. And Carter gives it to Clifford. All the way around behind the net to Muzzin. Shot. That's blocked by Garvin. And then Muzzin stopped Garvin in his tracks. In front of the LA bench, Clifford awkwardly moved it in. Carter to Lewis, a shot. Dillon blocks that.
Boy, they needed that block. Stars were in mid-change. Garbutt was trying to get a stick back, and they were chasing to their own end.
Roussel leaves it in the corner. Came right back through him. And he'll drag it with his skates. On top, Goligoski or Connauton, pardon me, shooting it. Blistering drive that Scrivens kicked out. And then Clifford in front of his own bench. Laying it back in. Shot 17-16 LA. Gons to Connauton at center ice. Pass ahead to Eakin. Stahl hit by Roussel. Nichushkin backhanding save. Scrivens. That evens up the shots. We're tied at 1 here, and we're getting ready for Big D NYE on the AT&T Plaza. New Year's Eve in Dallas for the Stars and the Kings. Stay warm this winter with the Dallas Stars winter combo. Purchase a Plaza or Terrace ticket to select Stars home games, and you'll get a free Stars toque. For more info, visit DallasStars.com/specials.
Val Nichushkin getting a little double shift here. Chiasson got hit with that clearing shot by a teammate. Whether that affected him or not, or they just like what Val did just prior to the break.
Maybe he wouldn't leave.
He was lurking deep in the slot. He was nowhere near the bench, I can tell you that.
Play in the Dallas zone. Gauntz pursues Stratton. Garrett Stoll with Jordan Nolan and Rich Peverley. Peverley has position and fires through. Stratton attempting to center. Nichushkin feathers out to Cole. Chips it around Doughty. Tries to get past him. Goes back to the net with Regehr. Block. Referee went down too. Tom Cole. It's Nichushkin back to the goal. Dragging it. The puck. And Garrett Stoll with him. Regehr picks up the coverage. Nichushkin occupying 2 Kings. Swivels with it again. Tried the wraparound. Jordy Ben came down. The two of them bump into each other, and Nolan heading out to the Dallas line. He's able to drag it past Peverley, waiting for help on the change. Richards got him on the wrong side. And Chiasson's out there now. Took it away and tried to attack against Mitchell. Richards back into his own zone. Voinov to Willie Mitchell. Hopefully a Dallas Star. Richards will pop this in. Aaron Rome moved it quickly to Jordy Ben. Kept his poise and got it back to his partner. Here's Jamie. Dallas captain shoves it down the wall. Ben will pick it up.
So Chiasson obviously is okay. It's a flip-flop of right wingers. Give this line a little different look. Ooh.
Ben couldn't quite claim that puck. Scrivens will with Seguin there.
Well, a long puck protection shift by Val Nichushkin. Almost guilty, though, at the tail end of all this. Good work by Cole again, who's been tremendous tonight. I was thinking when this was unfolding, though, it's not what you make, it's what you leave. So all this rotation, they get aggressive with the defenseman coming down. Boy, he's so strong with the puck. Try to get it away from him. And then they went chasing back the other direction when, boom, that happened.
Eakin went up high against Kopitar. Kings prevail. And Green with a good pass ahead. On the wing, too far for Carter. Icing against LA.
So this is the final matchup between these two teams this year, which seems weird.
Yeah.
Old Pacific Division rivals. The LA Kings have lost 3 in a row heading into this one here tonight. They were on a serious trot prior to that. Stars are trying to keep their warm fuzzies going here at home. Every game has ended up 5-2, the first two. 5-2 win, 5-2 loss. And this one knotted at 1 midway through.
Off the icing face-off. LA is able to get the puck to the Dallas line and beyond. King harassing Dillon, who goes around behind his net. And then feathers it forward to Garbutt, who was caught flat-footed. King going back after Alex Goligoski in the Dallas zone, and Kopitar shoveling it to himself. Back of the net. Took a peek at Carter, now finds him. Eakin stepped in front for the puck. Garbutt jammed it off the boards, but right to King. Knocked it into the corner for Carter. Another stick on the ice. Again, it's Cody Eakins. He retrieves it. Kopitar to the line for Green. Anze Kopitar passing to Muzzin. Shooting. It doesn't get through. Roussel with everybody in deep. Flipping it into the LA zone, and that puck accelerates. And it's an icing call against Dallas.
We can see what happens. It was a good play originally by Brendan Dillon to keep away from the pursuit game of King. They get it up, but they turn it back at themselves again. And then Kopitar and company went to work. Anze Kopitar did the same thing that Brown did earlier. On the wall, up he comes near the defenseman, curls from there, forces some coverage issues. They get it down deep. Your Stars are going to take their time out here, are they not? These guys have been out there for a while. They'll talk this one over. Couldn't get out of your own zone, so he has to exhaust his time out here on New Year's Eve. My resolution, I think, for 2014, thought about it today a little bit. You know what you'd go with?
Sure.
I don't usually make them, but I might go with a scapegoat is almost as good as a solution. That might be the one I just put on the wall.
Sounds like a mantra.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You see Brendan Dillon coming back. He's just like, my goodness. All that work, got it out. Now we got to do this again. Kings haven't brought one of their top lines, though. They brought their banging fourth line.
And it's Trevor Lewis and Cody Eakin to Kari Letnin's left. Both down low. Kings win it. Doughty shot it. Tipped by Roussel. Garbutt trying to find him again. He had inside position, so no icing.
Inside position and foot speed advantage on Regeer.
Eakin centers it. Gaunce a shot. Saves Scrivens. Rebound is loose, and Jeffrey claims it along the boards. Passing out toward Connaughton. He's got to chase it back to his own line. Jeffrey tripped. Easy call. And a penalty coming up against LA. Extra attacker coming for the Stars. I don't know how the Kings have not touched the puck yet. Now they have. It was weird.
Are they using the right side of their stick?
There were three of them right there. Big Kyle Clifford on his way to the penalty box. Stars go on the power play looking for their first lead of the night.
Boy, determination and foot speed, and that's what Roussel's game is all about. They get on the power play because of him, right off the faceoff in their own zone. He'll end up going up the ice and legging out this puck. Mad scramble, gets in there, forces this little block, and then away he goes. That foot speed advantage with Regeer negates an icing. Play continues on. Pesky line continues after it, even though it comes back out of the zone after that chance for Gaunce. As they twist it back from neutral ice back against the Kings again, their fourth line on the ice for that icing. Comes up, quick hitter from Gaunce, there's the trip. Out comes the power play, which is hit already in the game tonight. That's why, when you look at how Lindy Ruff runs this team right now, he plays all four lines a lot because all four lines contribute.
Fourth power play of the game for Dallas. They're 1 for 3. Loose puck. Ben's looking for it. The Kings clear it. Dallas had 2 power play goals in their first 16 home games. They now have 2 in each of their, in the last 2, 1 in each of the last 2 games. Ben.
Good!
Got it in on side. Cole stifled as he hits Green, and here come the Kings. Carter and Richards. Carter staying wide to Richards, and he couldn't handle the pass. Fired it through in front.
Almost like he got caught between two things, taking the pass or shooting off the pass, and did neither.
Ben to Chiasson, he missed it. Seguin scores!
Scrivens can't even believe it.
Holy Tyler Seguin. That's his 20th. And the Stars lead it 2-1.
Holy billiards, Batman. Seguin in the middle of the ice, hustles back to get after Richards. This pass comes through. He couldn't shoot it off the pass. Nice setup. Lethal penalty killer is Richards. That one blew up on him coming the other way. Juicy hop off the end boards, and he rattles it from behind the icing line off Scrivens. Not an easy play. Right off the skate as he tries to beat him to the post. Trampolines off the back of the net. Seguin has now scored in back-to-back New Year's Eve games at American Airlines Center.
With two different uniforms. Tyler Seguin's second 20-goal season.
Multiple power play goals in the game for Dallas. Some things are ticking up.
Connaughton up ahead to center ice. Chiasson and Ben get the assists. Jamie Benn. This one comes in on Scrivens, and he'll leave it for Drew Doughty.
How about that whole sequence of events, though? Lindy Ruff takes a bright timeout. Instead of having exhausted guys on the ice with an icing, they were hemmed in their own zone. They have their wheels.
Now Garbutt's in for a shot. Scrivens had it. Rebound Eakin. They keep jamming away at it, and Scrivens keeps this from 3-1.
That line that just got him on the power play, or a portion of it, just about gave him a little breathing room. Again, because of their pace. Breathtaking dispatch this trio plays at. Scrivens keeps everything in front of him. Boy, that's little scribbler through the legs and out the other side. Good work by this crew. Put in place start periods to set the pace. Almost every shift they're out there, they get something done.
Garbutt got Williams along the boards. Out to Goligoski. A shot hit a stick over the top of the net. LA trying to clear. Eakin held it in. Brown knuckleballed it ahead. Richards and Williams into the zone. Richards shot it. Saved Lettinen. Mitchell spun it over. Voyanoff two-hands it into the corner, and Brown on to Williams, who is pushed to the line, not out, and a good block by Ryan Garbutt. Stars try and hit Roussel at the line. Voyanoff had that one flank off the back of his net. Garbutt in for another hit. Stars changing. Williams pass off Richards to Brown at center ice. Cutesy to get it into the zone. And nothing to do against Rome, who finished his check. Jordy Ben up ahead to Chiasson. Here comes Jamie down the wing. Fanned on it. Put it back of the goal. Muzzin shot it out. Stars getting going here in the second period. Kopitar gave it to Green. He'll heave it out. Rome sending it right back in. Chiasson in there with Green. Jamie Benn. Chiasson to Ben, just away from him. King to the Dallas line, and there goes Connaughton. Cameron Gauntz back to Connaughton. He'll skate it ahead to center ice and get it deep. Shots are 21-19 Dallas now in the game. Nichushkin in there, battling for the puck. It still followed him. Now he works it to Peverley. In front to Cole. He shoots it. Scrivens got a piece. Peverley back of the net. Carrying it out on his backhand. Pivots to his forehand. Down low to Cole. This time he scores. Another 2-goal game for Eric Cole.
They're coming 2 at a time for him in opportunities as well. Stars have survived some rush chances, odd man rushes for the Kings. Mike Richards again. Goligoski did good work to take the passing lane. No option for Richards to go to Williams on that one. Kari Lehtinen just keep his feet a little bit and make the save. The first chance for Cole was stoned by the outside of the skate of Scrivens in an awkward but effective stop. Second one, Scrivens was a little more static, couldn't flow with it, couldn't get turned toward it. Cole made him pay.
His second of the night, 10th of the season for Eric Cole, who is climbing the charts. Only Seguin and Benn with more goals for Dallas. Beverly with a beautiful feed on the play, too. Barkov throws a hit. Stahl knocks it into the Dallas zone. Nichushkin getting an assist, so he picks up his 20th point.
A little bit of the advantage of getting these teams coming in here. St. Louis, the last one, now the Kings tonight. Both of them played the night before, and it's really showed up in second periods. Stars drummed the Blues pretty good in the middle frame, and they are here tonight against the Kings.
Garbett to the wall for Cody Eakin in the LA zone. Hopkins to Foley. Eakin diving to keep it in. Roussel couldn't sneak it away from Mitchell.
Part of that equation has to be the fact the bench is on the other side of center ice in second periods. There's some fatigue already in there. Now you get some guys caught out there, longer shifts.
And the Stars love to skate. Quick team. Way quicker than in previous years. And speed throughout their lineup. Jordie Benn got that in and missed Alex Chiasson with the shoot-in. Chiasson trying to force Lewis, who goes ahead to Clifford. Pitched it in, Goligoski back for 3:10 to play in the second period. And Goligoski held up. And the shot by Lewis went wide. Muzzin cranks it deep. Benn took it away from Lewis. Cranked it off the boards and down. They waved the icing.
Because of the pinch by Green.
LA has the puck. Richards goes across the ice for Williams, who's got a step on Cole. Passed it off. Brown back of the net, stumbled out of the corner. Seguin took a hack from Williams. And found Nichushkin. Cole trying to get there against Muzzin. And he and Muzzin go down back of the net. Williams pass to Brown. Jordie Benn poke checks it away. Here comes Peverley. Crushed it across the line, and then it's promptly cleared in an icing call against Dallas. 2:11 to play in the second period. A very fruitful segment for the Stars. First, Tyler Seguin with a billiard shot. And then Eric Cole snap. 3-1 Dallas. Stars fans, come on out. It's fun to be at American Airlines Center, and Fox Sports Southwest wants to put you in the zone. For select Stars home games this season, fans can purchase tickets in the Fox Sports Southwest Fan Zone for only $10. DallasStars.com/fanzone and use password Fox Sports. Center ice. It's heaved into Kari Lehtinen, who comes out to play the puck. He'll use the boards to get it out.
Careful with that one. The puck's rolling. We've already seen a couple out of play.
Slava Voynov with Cody Eakin harassing him from behind. There's Jordie Benn. King gave him a bump. Garbett taming the puck on his backhand and then launching it off the boards to Roussel, who sneaks past Carter. Passes it to Eakin. Into the zone, back to Garbett. He shoots it up high. Now Garbett again. And that one blocked out of play.
How good is this line right now?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, once they stopped taking penalties, they've sort of taken over the game. Both wingers took first period minors, Roussel and Garbett. They have some moxie in their game. They obviously can all three skate, and they put pressure on the opposition because of that. Their work ethic is front and center. Eakin seems to be able to fill holes here and there in all three zones. Nice to have that underneath the Stars' top line.
Fiddler excused, but Shawn Horcoff did his level best with Jarrett Stoll. That one, a hand fight along the boards for the puck. Dustin Jeffrey shoots it in. Horcoff rotating out on his backhand. Deep for the battle for Fiddler and Doughty. Jeffrey joining in the corner. Muzzin's on his back. And they keep it in LA ice. Fiddler all the way around. Centered at Jeffrey. Went right through Horcoff and Jeffrey.
Holy croquet.
It's crazy. A couple of weird things tonight. There's Nolan. Tapped it to Voynov. Matt Fratton. Leaving it. And Gons will go pick it up. He hammered it forward. Fratton holding it at the line. Fiddler knocking it down. The Kings are changing, and so are the Stars, as Connauton breezes his way into the LA zone. Pulls up shot at Scrivens to stop. The rebound's there, but right to Williams.
Good to see that the troubles of Kevin Connauton on Sunday haven't affected him here tonight.
Brown tried to get one back at the end of the period. Sagan's going. Ben took a look at him, and Voynov caught Ben. Kings throw it back across, and that's a nice little period. Kari Lehtinen, perfect in the middle frame, and Eric Cole scored his second of the night. Dallas has a 3-1 lead through 40 minutes. And yes, Mr. Cole will join Razor in this special New Year's Eve edition of Dallas Stars Hockey. Hockey on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Enjoy year-end savings during the Dream Big Sales event. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT&T Uverse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. By Progressive. Visit progressive.com today. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. New Year's Eve in downtown Dallas, and the Stars lead the Kings 3-1. Eric Cole has 2 goals tonight, Razor. He's a couple of seasons removed from a 35-goal campaign. And I imagine you're already working on a headline for this.
Yeah, we should. Right now, though, the headline is Miller Lite, just as we promised. Earlier in the game, it's Miller time. We'll run through Cole's explosion offensively here at American Airlines Center. 5 goals in the last 4 home games. He likes the goal horn, apparently. On quite a tear. It's opportunity intersecting with execution. He talked about it between periods. That and the fact he's playing with Peverley, there seems to be some serious synergy there. He's doubled his goal production against the Kings in his career here tonight. 2 goals in 17 games coming in, 2 goals in 2 periods tonight.
Rich Peverley with the primary helper on his most recent run. For Peverley, that's 5 assists in his last 7 games, mostly playing with Eric Cole. And Cole and the Stars will take a 3-1 lead into the 3rd period here. Cole last year, it's a tough year. It was a lockout shortened year. Then he gets traded from Montreal. All that adjustment to a new team. But he's finding his stride, and so are these Stars.
Well, one thing that he can do as a veteran player with this group is skate. And if you can't skate, it really shows up almost like a pimple on this club, huh? Mm-hmm. Stick out.
Roussel will try it with Richards, and couldn't get some help from Garbutt there. Nobody in either penalty box to start the 3rd. Brown leaves it. Williams walked right into Garbutt. Richards takes Garbutt's shoulder. Roussel drags, or Eakin drags it out, gives it to Roussel. They hit the line. Garbutt pursuing Voynov. Brown lost it to Roussel.
It's a mismatch at times with that line and the energy they have in the game, the foot speed that they're showcasing, and what the Kings have going on right now.
Kopitar trying to get something started. Carter, who has the lone LA goal, he got it on a first period power play. Shot it in, and Brendan Dillon Good pass to Tyler Seguin. Seguin, Cole, and Ben, each with 2-point evenings. Seguin has a goal and a helper. Jamie Benn has 2 assists, and we mentioned Cole's 2 goals. But the Kings counter. Carter, Muzzin stepping up. And Jordy and Jamie right there. They shoot and score right out of that pile. It was sort of an odd series of events in the circle, and Kopitar was right there.
Well, it comes out of a knot of Ben. The 2 of them team up. They've got it. They're boxed out. Jamie ends up falling down. Jordy ends up on the outside looking in. And Kopitar, who can zing it, pulls this out of the pile of brotherhood and rips it short side high. And this thing was painted past Kari Lehtinen. And this changes the complexion of this game immediately a minute into the third period.
Kopitar picks up his 13th earlier. Carter picked up his 13th. And Williams has 13. Those are your Kings goal-scoring leaders for the year. Fratton right back in. He rifled it over the top of the net. Voyanov, as the Kings try and follow up that shift. Mitchell walked right into Peverley. Fratton goes to Stoll, who's covering at the line. Cameron Gons. Left it forward. Cole gets it out. That seems to have taken a little of the wind out of the sails here. Cole got it over, but ran into 3 Kings. Garrett Stoll shoots it in. Lehtinen leaves it for Gons. Reverses to Kevin Connaughton. Up ahead to Vern Fiddler. Bouncing off Clifford in front of the Dallas bench. Lewis steps up. Shushkin trying to help out, and it's shoveled back to Goligoski.
Stars had to be careful with their line change there. Nichushkin was going off. Puck came right in the general vicinity. Nobody jumped on, so good communication.
Jeffrey with the catch. He glides on in there with Regier. Goligoski thought about coming in. Toffoli cranks it out. Dillon up through the middle. Goligoski following it up. Horkoff to one-arm it away. And the Stars looking to change again. Eakin and Mates on the ice. Roussel dragging it from behind. Gets center, and then it's pasted by Doughty.
All of Doughty. Right in the abdomen.
Williams stayed with it, got it out. Brown. Jordy Benn stops him in his tracks.
It's about the 5th time Brown has fallen down with contact. Did it late in the period multiple times. Now here early in the third.
That's his deal. And he goes down again. Back up in the corner. Jordy Benn with the puck.
Give the officials kudos. They haven't bitten on any of that.
He was awarded a penalty shot last night. Brown was in the game against Chicago. They lost it 1-0. Needless to say, he did not score. Kopitar lost it. Benn shot it. Saved Scrivens. It squeaked through him. Chiasson back of the net for Benn. Chiasson there to support. Goligoski a drive. Saved Scrivens as Benn came flying through in front. And Chiasson eagerly there to take it away. And just as eagerly, Doughty sealed him up along the wall.
Jamie Benn wanted to get that goal back immediately on his next shift and came close. Again, missed high. He's done that a lot.
Kopitar, Seguin picks his pocket back up the Stars. Seguin across the LA line to Cole, and he fans on it. And he and Mitchell go down. Puck back to the LA net. Voyanov. Kopitar out to King. Dillon stepped up. All he could do was shoot it in and get the change for LA. 4 minutes, 20 seconds gone in the third period. Shots 25-21 Dallas, and the Stars have a 3-2 lead. It was 3-1 when the period began. Peverley makes the catch. Here he comes. Cole's right behind him. Peverley against Willie Mitchell. Shot him. Scrivens holds on.
Good foot speed again. Blistering pace into the zone to at least get it on net. Prior to that, I think maybe a little bit of exhaustion in Kopitar's game. He got tracked down twice, puck jacked twice on one shift, and they came close. Breathe.
Stoll and Beverly to Ben Scrivens left.
I've liked Scrivens' game tonight. He's given up 3, but for a team playing in back-to-backs, he's given them a chance.
All right to the net went Beverly, and another stop by Scrivens. Again, Scrivens playing this for the 3rd time in the last 13 LA games. Nolan firing. That's blocked by Gauntz. Spit it out. Nichushkin alone. The pass across to Connauton, who unloads it at center. It went off Green. And when you've been hit by a truck and bitten by a shark, isn't that Green?
Yeah. And he's just standing around. He got hit with a pickup truck in Edmonton. Went to the beach, got bit by a shark. He is one of the most fabulously interesting individuals in the league.
Absolutely. We'll put you high on the list. Jeffrey in the corner to Horkoff, and he lurched through with the stick but poked it wide. To Foley. Things are getting percussive at ice level again. Horkoff spun off Doughty. Muzzin works it around. Jordy Ben there with Clifford. Clifford finds the puck. A little too far for Toffoli. Rome trying to hold him off in the corner. Lewis shot it wide. Mitchell, Clifford in front. Toffoli firing, blocked by Eakin, who couldn't chip it and go. Dallas is able to push it out to center ice. And then Lewis steals it back, only to fire it in for another change.
This trio again for Dallas. They make you nervy if you're on the other side because they can get on the puck so quickly, and if they gather it in, you're going to be in a foot race with all 3 of them, Eakin, Garbutt, and Roussel.
Here comes Dillon. All the way in. Dillon shooting. Saves Scrivens. Garbutt's in front of the net, and the pass went off a skate and away from him from Roussel. Goligoski and Brown fight for the puck. Dillon at the side of his net. Williams cuts it off. Richards goes to the front of the net, and Garbutt takes the puck. He and Roussel with Goligoski joining at the LA line. Garbutt pulls up. Roussel stretched up to find it. Battling with 2 Kings. Doughty back in the net. Turned it over to Garbutt, who slid it toward the line, and Connauton gets it back from Roussel as Dallas finishes the change. Kevin Connauton drives it around the boards. Chiasson stapled there by Muzzin. 2 of them work after the puck. Jamie Benn to Seguin. He had to stop, couldn't shoot it. Jordy Ben firing. That hits Muzzin. Seguin in front. It's deflected wide. King tapping it to center ice. Seguin. Man, he is something. Tipped it away from Kopitar. Here comes Jordy Ben skating forward to the LA line. Puck ricochets back to Rome. And he sort of fumbled it. Jordy Ben and King going into the corner. King shoving Jordy Ben, who protected the puck. Rome banks it, but right to Carter. Rome reaching for it. Jordy Ben shoved by Carter. And the puck switched to Nichushkin, but Kopitar pulling his way in. Burling out with it. Cole shoving him toward the line. He'll hand it over to Regier, passing down to Green. And he lost it. Nichushkin to center ice for Peverly into the zone. On his backhand. And he was shoved to the ice.
Good work by Rich Peverly, though, in his own zone to get him out of trouble. Boy, it's tight quarters hockey whenever it gets deep in both zones right now.
There's Green again. Shooting it over Kari Lettinen's net. Stoll piercing through.
This line's been pretty effective throughout the game for Daryl Sutter.
Stoll with Fratton and Nolan. Voynov shoots it. Fiddler blocks it out to center ice.
I'm sure that's what they'll be harping on the Stars bench right now, too. Find lanes. Find lanes to block shots and passes in your own zone. Lanes to shoot it in the attacking zone.
Voynov centered it. Fratton was tied up by Gauntz. Mitchell. One dipped. Connauton takes a tumble. Fratton turns it over. Horkoff. Jeffrey breaking, protects the puck, gains the line, and shoots it in for another change.
Fratton didn't realize they were changing on defense through to an area where he expected one of his D-men to be.
Clifford got it into Letton and passing it off. Goligoski to Foley, shoots it around the boards. Roussel and Muzzin go hard. Dillon pokes it forward. Eakin slides it out, and then he's trying to take it away from Clifford. There's Drew Doughty. Now Roussel took it away from Muzzin.
Twice on this shift. Once in his own zone, one up ice.
To Foley firing it across. Goligoski pivots away from Clifford. Good pass to Roussel. He got sort of tied up with Garbutt, and they wave the icing here. Both teams will change. Been running time here for about 5 minutes. Under half a period to play. Lettman keeps it moving to Jordy Ben. Backhands it out of the zone. Green and Regehr going back together. And Chiasson chasing Green out. Pass off Brown's stick. Chiasson regathering. And a good play to keep it away from Richards.
Guy who's not impacted his game at all for the Kings is Williams. Players have had him bottled up.
There's Richards. Driving it out of the corner, back of the net. King and Dillon. Two big bodies to the line. Voynov shot it off the blocker. Mitchell takes the hit from Chiasson, but got it deep to Kopitar. Trying to escape Goligoski. He does. Peering over his shoulder, dropped it on the interchange, and they turn it over.
Good cycle killer by Goligoski there.
And Kopitar right back in, and Dillon recovers.
They might just play the end of the game like this. It is New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
I was going to say, are the Kings trying to get back to L.A. before midnight? Here comes Nichushkin walking in against Doughty. He goes to the net. And a penalty coming up. What a strong move by Val Nichushkin.
And a turnover up ice that led to it.
8:26 to play in the third period. The Stars lead at 3-2. An 18-year-old Val Nichushkin forces Doughty to take a penalty and put the Stars on the power play as they get ready outside for Big DNYE.
Told Tyler Seguin this morning this will be his second New Year's Eve game at American Airlines Center. And he looked at me for a second, then he went into his flashback mode. Said, oh yeah. I said, yeah, you scored. Said, yeah, a tip in, right? And it was down at that net because I remember our bench was at the other one. Oh, he scored that night, last New Year's Eve game for the Bruins, and scored here for the Dallas Stars on the power play in the second period. So he has a New Year's Eve streak going of 2 goals in this building. And the Stars power play, which has erupted with a pair here tonight, has an opportunity to give him a little breathing room once again. Just past the midway point of this third period. Cole's in hat trick mode again.
And a face-off to Ben Scrivens' right. Jared Stoll and Jamie Benn.
There's Stoll again with that active speed. He moves it, and then Ben comes in.
Tie-up, it's under Stoll. It squirts free. Cole banks it out. Shot from Goligoski. Scrivens on the way in. Seguin will go back and get it. Reloading Goligoski. Down to Ben. Back out. Seguin shot it. Blocked by Green. Cole took a hack at it. And Ben for Goligoski. Chiasson tripped up in front. Ben to Seguin in ball. Cole missed for the hat trick.
It's 2 of those.
Ben out to Goligoski, now to Seguin. In front, and Chiasson stabbed it wide. Cole shot it, saved Scrivens, rebound into the Dallas bench.
He knows it too. Well, if you're out there with Tyler Seguin, and it's tough sometimes because the individual who's receiving the pass has to find it through bodies too, but he's had 2 carbon copies like that. Hot pass through the seam. Second one was the high tip. That one almost went in. Cole decided, well, maybe I'll just bank one in like Seguin did earlier. There's an explanation going on the Stars bench as to why that isn't a penalty. You can shoot it into the players' bench. You can't shoot it into the stands. They tried.
So face-off outside the line, tipped by a star. And
I mean, Cole could have 4 goals in this game easily.
Easily. 1:05 left on the Doughty Minor. Same 5 stay put. Ben gave it to Cole. Stopped in his tracks, and the Kings clear. As a 19-year-old, Tyler Seguin had 29 goals and 67 points with the Bruins in 2011-12. He just scored his 20th. And here he comes again, down the wall against Regehr. Centered it off Ben, and it's cleaned up and cleared by Kopitar.
That's like 4 or 5 just brilliant plays by Seguin during that power play set. Nothing to show.
Well, Nichushkin pondered his options, gave it to Horkoff. Stars lost it at the line, and the Kings clear. Well, they'll get Doughty back in 15 seconds. Here comes Jordy Ben down the wing, trying to cut to the middle. The puck followed him. Eakin securing it. Now tapped it toward Jordy Ben, and out of the pile it's Eakin again. Tripped up by Willie Mitchell. Back of the net is Horkoff. Centers it. Scrivens blocked it. That's Doughty back in the play, and so the Stars are 2 for 5 on the power play tonight.
Which is really good. I mean, that would have been nice, but let's not get greedy all of a sudden.
Well, considering they were 3 for 63 on home ice coming in,
well,
yeah.
That, and you're up against basically top 5 penalty killing in the league, so it's not like they're just going to open the floodgates up for you. Game on the line. They want to give themselves a chance to at least pick up a point here on the road on New Year's Eve. They got through that one.
Voynov to Kopitar, shoved it forward. Carter moving in with Goligoski deep. Out of King's reach to Roussel. Takes a look over his shoulder and then scampers ahead to center ice. Cut off at the Kings bench. Garber throwing it on Kopitar. Carter dragging it into the glove. Tried to hit King. Loose in the high slot. Fiddler battling. Crowdy will hold it into the line. Passing over to Muzzin. He shoots it off the post. It came out. Lettinen took a swat at it. So did King, and the Stars will go.
I think King's shot got through. That original entry, I don't think should have been allowed. You're not allowed to grab the puck and then help your way into the zone like Carter did.
Scrivens just held on to it. It'll bring a face-off in the LA zone when we come back with 5:06 to play in the third period. And Dallas up 3-2 over the Kings.
This New Year's Eve game summary brought to you by Ford. The Stars kind of had the Kings numbered last little while. Able to pick up points in 8 of 11 meetings. Seguin's been terrific tonight. A goal and a helper. The goal on the power play. He's really drummed the Kings in the season series. And Cole is capping off a wonderful month of December in the goal scoring department. He has a pair.
Seguin now has 39 points. 12 guys in the NHL have 40. Villanova just out of Jamie Benn's reach. Doughty dropped it over to Muzzin. LA trying to get out of their own zone. Richards takes Williams' pass. Taking Ben to the Dallas line. Step past Chiasson. Dillon picked him up. Ben has the puck and he'll clear. So that's 32-23 Dallas. And a 3-2 Stars lead. Brown barreling in with Goligoski. Williams in the corner. It's hacked away from him and out. Voynov's pass to Williams at the line. Stars wouldn't let him in. And the Kings reset. Voynov up the middle. Stoll takes it over. And Jordy Ben makes the poke check. There goes Cole. Chipping it past Mitchell. Beverly carrying on. Cole ripped it out of there. Now to Nichushkin, a shot, and it's tipped wide. That's a little manipulation there by Nichushkin. Jordan Nolan turned it over to Cole. And that shot tipped by Mitchell out of play. 3-2 Stars, under 4 to play in Dallas.
Well, the Stars are right on their seasonal average in shots on goal. They've been peppering the opposing net. Only 5 teams have averaged more shots per game than the Stars in the first half of the season. They were 29th last year in this category. And Lindy Ruff was saying this morning he thinks they should actually be averaging more. They passed up some opportunities. When a few of those shots have gone in, Archulaka's shot of the game here tonight, we'll go with Eric Cole. He had such a wonderful opportunity just prior to that. Fed again by Peverley. Dunked it home for his second of the night. Got a terrific game all around. He's had many opportunities. He's been bargy on the outskirts of the rink. Good leadership. Love that quote again. Talked about, hey, we got to put a string of games together here. We can't keep winning 2, losing 2, win 1, lose 1. They seem to be listening.
Yeah, they're looking for points in their last 7. They'll do that tonight. Jordy Ben fighting with Kopitar, loose in front and poked back of the net. Jordy off the glass.
Group on D showed nice mobility tonight, too.
Rome forcing an offside against the Kings.
You know, the Kings are a pretty straightforward team as far as how they go about their business. There's nothing fancy or exotic with a Daryl Sutter coach team. And the Stars, maybe a little bit because of that systematic approach from the other side, have been able to parse what they're doing, kind of pick them apart, use their assets, which is mobility and puck movement, and played well here tonight.
This is LA's 41st game of the season, the midway point then after tonight for the Kings. They're 25-11-4 coming into play. But they've lost 3 in a row. The first time this season, and they're 3 minutes and 8 seconds away from 4 if they don't get a goal.
And they had St. Louis on the docket next.
So January 2nd, that'll finish up their 4-game road trip. Willie Mitchell, his name we've called a lot tonight. Richards took it over. Brown following it up. Chason taps it out. Sagan bursting after the puck. Yeah, not quite. Offside against Sagan and the Stars.
Interesting thing that Lindy Ruff was talking about in regards to Sagan and Nichushkin, who's been moved off their line here tonight. They flip-flop Chason and Nichushkin, is that after he says something, Ruff, a lot of times it'll be Tyler Sagan who will parrot or affirm what Ruff's instructions to Nichushkin, the young Russian. Pretty good leadership. Trying to get the best out of the other wing, not just the left wing.
And Peverley sends this over the LA bench.
Primarily just a defending game here tonight. He's been better tonight, I think. The big Russians on New Year's Eve, they all have to be together as far as family at midnight. It's a big thing with them. Americans just want to find someone to kiss, don't they?
Yes.
Doesn't really matter whether you're family or not, whatever. No. Play one on me, America.
Yeah. Don's going back, Nolan chasing him. Fratton couldn't contain the puck along the wall. Stoll will. Punching it deep. 2:15 left. Scriven still in the LA net. Nichushkin. Good pass to Spring Cole. Up to Peverley into the LA zone. He'll toss it down the boards. Nichushkin will go in to challenge Green. And Nolan will skate it forward, but Eakin intercepts it, in he comes. Nolan dragging on him. He'll take it to the corner. Kill some more clock. And then busted in deep for Nichushkin. Al tried to center it, it went off Scrivens. Herself kicked at it. To the line, but right to Jordy Ben. Nowhere to shoot. Take it to the high slot. Now fire it, comes right back to him. Whipped on the second one. Garbutt ripped it wide.
It's a good play by Ryan Garbutt to come up and give him an option. It was apparent that Jordy Ben didn't want to just dump it around the boards or into a corner. Was hell-bent on getting it on net.
Scrivens still in the LA goal with 75 seconds left. He's starting to cheat out. Jordy Ben to Garbutt at the Dallas line. And he hacked it off of a King and the LA bench with 1:01 to play.
Faceoff's going to come all the way down to the right of Kari Lettinen with just an eyelash over a minute left in regulation. Scrivens inching out. I think the Kings will probably take their time out here and talk over what they want to do. So Davis Payne and Daryl Sutter will draw up what they want to do. Stars will go over what their responsibilities are in their own zone with this. Face-offs in the game, and here's where both clubs, they'll know who's been their best face-off guy, where you want them. It's about puck possession now. Beverly's been almost unbeatable. Over he comes on his strong side, that right dot.
So the extra attacker is on for the LA Kings. Daryl Sutter has everything in the bag out there. It's a 5-forward look, and Drew Doughty. Richards out there at the left point. Kopitar and Beverly to Kari Lettman's right. 1:01 to play. 3-2 Stars. And everybody up in the lower bowl. Beverly wins it. Dillon back of the net. Shoots it around the boards. Doughty holding it in for a shot and a save. Lettman. Carter. Beverly took a whack at it. Richards hands it off, and Carter hacks it wide. Williams tried to finesse one in front. Chason had his stick held, but is able to loop it out. Doughty straight up ahead to Carter. He'll toss it in deep for Kopitar. Half a minute to play in regulation. Williams shoved off the puck. Stars lead at 3-2. Extra attacker on. Richards shot it. Loose in front. Williams, and a save. Lettman as Williams goes crashing into him.
He was sliding into home plate. This is such a great pass from deep in the zone by Richards. You have to use angles. Pardon me, Kopitar. Because it comes off on an angle from the boards, it allows a one-timer immediately. They're one of those pucks that scribbled through a bunch of players. Right on top of Kari Lettinen. So Beverly has to do it again.
Dallas has spent their timeout. So have the Kings now. Beverly and Kopitar to Kari's right. 22 seconds left. Dallas 3-2. Beverly wins it. Goligoski rims it around. And it hit a rut, but goes right to Garbutt. Stars get it out to center ice. Beverly taps it forward to Garbutt at the line. Fighting through. Garbutt holding on to it. He shoots, and a save by Brown without a stick. Kings trying to fly Richards. He's behind the defense, but the game is over.
That's a good win. It's a nice environment in here on New Year's Eve. Cole, the hero offensively. The entire group chipped in, though. They got great mileage out of the line of Eakin, Roussel, and Garbutt. A stout effort in the pipes from Kari Lettinen. The group on defense was very good. They did what they couldn't do against St. Louis on Sunday, and that is vanquish a weary team in their second game of a back-to-back. Send everyone home happy and into the new year this evening.
Stars now 2-0-1 on the homestand. 5 of a possible 6 points. 5-0-2 in their last 7 games. And tonight, they beat the LA Kings 3-2. Tonight's game produced by Jason Walsh and directed by Mark Vittorio. The associate producers are John Sponsler and Doug Foster. For Darrell Ray and everybody else here, please have a very safe New Year's. Don't drink and drive. And the post-game show is coming up next.